Graduates, you may be seated. Good evening. My name is Leandria Slayton, and I am the proud principal of Liberty High School. It is an honor to welcome you to the class of 2026 commencement ceremony. This is a special class, and I am so proud to recognize each one of our graduates this evening. On stage, we have our speakers and guests, Mr. Leo Holland, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction for the Kern High School District, who will present the diplomas. Mr. Josh Williams, Liberty's Assistant Principal of Instruction, who, along with Mr. David Ziegler, English Teacher and Department Chair, will read the graduates' names. Robert Clegg, ASB President, and our selected senior student speakers, Noah Cabrera and Ethan Bardraw. Now please direct your attention to the flag at the far end of the stadium, and if you are able, stand for the singing of our national anthem performed by the seniors of the Liberty High Chorale. Thank you, and please be seated. Will our highest ranking class seniors please approach the podium? Each of these 30 students earned a 4.5 GPA, the highest grade point average possible in the Kern High School District. Tonight, these students will receive the first-in-class medallion, designating their attainment of the highest rank in class. We are proud of you, your hard work, and your dedication in reaching this accomplishment. We will now read their names and present to them a medal.
Highest ranking class, Grant David Abbey. Highest ranking class, Lucas William Biamonte. Highest ranking class, Dylan Singh Brar. Highest ranking class, Amani Brar. Highest ranking class, Megan Chen. Highest ranking class, Preston James Chester. Highest ranking class, Robert Christian Clegg. Highest ranking class, Emily May Cove. Highest ranking class, Gracie May Dean. Highest ranking class, Mia Deanne Dean. Highest ranking class, Shivraj Singh Dillon. Highest ranking class, Hudson Bradley Dibelbis. Highest ranking class, Seth Renee Harlan. Highest ranking class, Carson Lee Kendrick. Highest ranking class, Caitlin Elizabeth Klein. Highest ranking class, Jonathan Cedric Gonzalez Lowe. Highest ranking class, Spencer Andrew Lopez. Highest ranking class, Marco Antonio Magana. Highest ranking class, Drake Vincent Medrano. Highest ranking class, Mace Alexander Medrano. Highest ranking class, Jordan Elise Navarro. Highest ranking class, Lexi Rain Newland. Highest ranking class, Keen Haidang Nguyen. Highest ranking class, Lauren Lars Oberg. Highest ranking class, Evelyn Jasmine Orozco Alvarez. Highest ranking class, Preston Corey Riley. Highest ranking class, Hannah Renee Faith Spears. Highest ranking class, Zoe Madison Stafford. Highest ranking class, Brianna Aylin Viado Tom. Highest ranking class, Reagan Reese Young. Please join me in applauding these outstanding scholars. Thank you, first-in-class scholars. And now, Robert Clegg, Liberty's ASB president, will address the graduates.
Students, teachers, parents, and family, thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for choosing to be here, to be present in this physical stadium, and to be present in your lives. Tonight is a night for celebration. Tonight is a night to remember. But more than anything, tonight is a night for the class of 2026. To quote Cade Brummer, energy generates behavior. And as he and other faculty would tell you, the energy of each class results in a different feeling when you walk through these halls. When I walk through these halls, I feel welcome, I feel accepted, I feel that I can connect, and I even feel worthy. Across all the events we've put on at Liberty High School, we've made a lot of connections. Football games, rallies, and the whole week of homecoming led to a flash of faces and names. Those flashes turned into highs in the halls, hand waves, and sometimes even friendships. What's amazing about this class of 2026 is that every time I've extended the hand of friendship or a warm smile, it's been not only received, but reciprocated. What makes this class so special is their ability to connect with and to care for. Every teacher I spoke to in the speech writing process echoed this. Every teacher independently praised not just the acceptance of this class, but also the tolerance. They noted that students with incredibly different worldviews and life choices still held a common respect, that students could always have conversations and connections despite those differences. Within the class of 2026, there's a space for every student. But it's not something that we can see in every moment. It's something that is shown through every extended hand, whether a student is reaching out or being reached for. In this class, there are places to rest and shoulders to cry on. That's what home is. Home isn't just where the heart is, and it's not constant companionship. When you need support, guidance, connection, or simply to be seen, when you're searching for a space, being able to find that means that you are home. It's reaching out your hand and someone holding on. That's what happens in our halls. That's what makes this class of 2026 so special. We have built a home together. None of us are ever alone. Congratulations, class of 2026. We made it. Now, I'm honored to introduce part of my Liberty family, Noah Cabrera.
Hello, family, friends, teachers, staff, and the graduating class of 2026. When most people think about high school, they think about football games, rallies, dances, and finally, graduation. But for many of us, high school is really about something else, figuring out who we are. I still remember walking onto campus for the first time. Everything felt unfamiliar. New classes, new faces, new expectations, and the pressure of trying to find where we fit in. For some people, that seemed easy, but for others, it took time. I was one of those students who needed time. Growing up, things were not always easy for me. I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I needed speech therapy because speaking did not come to me naturally. In school, I struggled with distractions, confidence, and sometimes even feeling accepted. It often felt easier to stay quiet and invisible than to stand out and be myself. Then COVID happened, and like everyone else, I suddenly found myself trying to learn and connect with people through a computer screen. It made everything feel more distant and isolating. During that time, I did not like school. I resented going. It felt easier to disconnect from everything than to try to find where I belong. But over time, things slowly started to change. I made a decision to get involved in something here at Liberty, and that something was the marching band. At first, it was just an activity for me to be a part of. But little by little, it became much more than that. I found people who accepted me for who I was, and many of those people are now my closest friends. What started as joining a program eventually became a second family to me. And I think that's what makes Liberty special. The special thing about Liberty High School is that it does not only accept one kind of student. It accepts all of us. The athletes practicing before sunrise and staying late after school. The students pushing themselves towards academic success. The musicians spending countless hours rehearsing. Somehow, despite all of our differences, our individual stories have been woven together into one shared journey. For me, one of those moments I will never forget was being nominated into the top 3 for homecoming. I did not win, but honestly, that did not matter to me. What mattered was standing there and realizing how far I had come. For someone who once struggled with speech, confidence, and feeling invisible, that moment meant more to me than I can ever fully explain. And I know I am not the only person here who has changed during these 4 years. Because standing here today, I think many of us are realizing the same thing. None of us made it here the same way. Some people had smoother paths, while others fought battles that no one else could see. Some students walked into high school already knowing who they were, while others spent years trying to figure it out. But no matter what our journey looks like, we all arrived here together. And I think that's what graduation really represents. Not perfection, not popularity, not being the smartest person in the room. It represents growth. It represents resilience. It represents the friendships we built, the memories we created, and the ways we helped shape each other along the way. As we move to the next chapter of our lives, I hope we remember something important. You do not have to become successful overnight. Growth takes time. Confidence takes time. Finding your place takes time. Sometimes the people who feel the most unnoticed are the ones growing the most quietly. And sometimes the people who struggle the most early on become the people who surprise everyone later. So wherever life takes us after today, I hope we carry that lesson with us. Keep growing into the person you want to become. Keep making room for the people who feel different or unseen. And never forget that there is not just one kind of person who belongs in this world. Thank you, class of 2026. No matter where life takes us next, I hope we never forget the people, the memories, and the moments that shaped us into who we are today. Thank you. And finally, I would like to introduce our last speaker, Ethan Bajwa.
4 years ago, I stood here in this same field for a similar reason. I was a part of Rosedale Middle School's graduating class of 2022. Considering that we are once again celebrating graduation in the same football field of the same high school, surrounded by many of the same people, do you think that today we'd feel at least similar, right? I mean, come on, even our gowns are the same color as back then. And our parents sat in those same bleachers rocking that same proud smile. On paper, everything is identical to back then. But today couldn't feel more different. When we walked across this stage 4 years ago, it didn't feel like we were closing a chapter. It felt like we were stepping into something new for the very first time. Just starting high school, not concluding anything at all. Everything ahead of us felt unmapped and unfamiliar. We were able to choose our own classes, like whether we wanted to take Spanish or French. Je m'appelle Ethan Bajwa. That's all the French I know. I took Spanish. But looking back, it wasn't really the classes, clubs, or activities themselves that shaped us the most. It was the people behind them. The English teachers who sparked my love for writing, the mock trial team that inspired me to pursue the law, and my calculus teacher who reminded me time and time again why I will not be going into STEM. But it's all love, Mr. Castro. Somewhere between those classrooms, practices, and conversations, we slowly became different people than the ones who first walked onto this campus 4 years ago. And I think that's what middle school graduation truly marked for so many of us. Not only our first time on this campus, but the first time in our lives where our own choices began shaping not just the direction of our futures, but the people we would eventually grow into. That's why today feels so fundamentally different. Sure, back then, the road ahead felt unfamiliar and unmapped, but today, for the first time in our lives, it actually is. 4 years ago, the road may have felt unknown, but it was still organized for us. There were still clear next steps, expectations, and directions laid out ahead. But after tonight, our choices won't feel as simple as deciding between Spanish or French. And with that comes the realization that no two lives in this stadium will ever follow the exact same path ever again. Maybe that's what makes tonight feel like an ending. Not too long ago was Senior Sunset, one of our last big senior events together. And as the sun went down that night, it didn't just mark the end of a day, it quietly marked the end of something much bigger, this chapter in our lives. Because as hard as it is to admit, every story, no matter how meaningful, how unforgettable, or how full of moments we wish we could stay in for just a little longer, eventually finds its ending. And today, whether we are ready or not, this chapter of our story ends too. Now, although this may be the last time we see each other at this stage in our lives, I strongly believe that someday our paths will cross again. Whether I'm using a product one of you created, crossing a bridge you engineered, or reading something you wrote that changed the world. Who knows? One of you may even become a doctor that saves my life. And if there's just one thing that I hope we never forget, it's that even when our paths are no longer parallel to each other, they still remain connected in ways we won't always expect. Thank you.
students, families, faculty, and honored guests. It is my great honor and joy to welcome you to the Liberty High School class of 2026 graduation ceremony. Tonight is a celebration of achievement, resilience, growth, and the beginning of exciting new chapters. But before we turn our attention to these incredible graduates, let's take a moment to acknowledge the people whose support helped make this night possible. Graduates, will you please join me in applauding your parents, guardians, and family members in the audience? Thank you for the late night homework help, the words of encouragement, the rides, the cheers, and the sacrifices. Thank you for encouraging these students to keep going when the work felt difficult and reminding them that growth often comes through challenges. Your belief in these students helped bring them to this very moment. Tonight is yours too, and we are so grateful. Liberty teachers and staff, please stand and remain standing. Graduates and families, will you please join me in recognizing our dedicated Liberty High School teachers and staff? You are the heart of this school. Through your passion, patience, and professionalism, you have not only taught lessons, you have built relationships, inspired growth, and created a safe space where students can discover who they are. You encourage students not to give up when they struggled, but instead to keep learning, keep improving, and keep growing. You've shown up every day through the challenges and triumphs and helped shape the lives of every student here. Thank you for all that you do. Your impact is immeasurable. Tonight, we also pause to honor one exceptional educator who is retiring this year, our one and only Mr. Tom Johnson. Mr. Johnson has dedicated 35 years of his life to instilling in his students curiosity, self-belief, and a love for learning. The love and commitment his students felt toward him was evident in the long-standing tradition of a shout-out at every rally for nearly 20 years. Mr. Johnson, we thank you for your extraordinary dedication and the lasting legacy you leave at Liberty High School. Class of 2026, tonight is your night, and you have earned every moment of it. The class of 2026 has left an incredible mark on Liberty High School through excellence in academics, athletics, and extracurricular achievement. This senior class celebrated league championships, section championships, and state-level competition in both athletics and academic teams. They also represented Liberty on the national stage as qualifiers in speech and debate and earned a world championship qualification in robotics. Their talent, determination, and commitment have brought pride to our entire Patriot community. This school year, our theme has been Keep Going, Keep Growing. In class of 2026, no group has embodied that message more than you. This theme has reminded us that growth is not always easy, success is not always immediate, and challenges are often the moments that shape us most. Yet through every obstacle, milestone, setback, and success, you continued to move forward, and because of that, you grew. Throughout your journey, you've not only grown academically, you've lived the values that define our school community. Our Liberty pride, power of one. You've reminded us that one person, one voice, one act of kindness, one bold idea can truly make a difference. Responsibility. You've taken ownership of your actions and your learning, showing courage in accepting challenges and learning through failure. Integrity. You've made the right choices even when they weren't the easy ones. You've stood up, spoken out, and led with authenticity. dedication. Whether in the classroom, on the field, in clubs, or through service, you stayed committed to your goals and followed through with passion. Everyone, because none of us walks this journey alone. You supported each other, embraced diversity, and created a school culture where all belong. Class of 2026, the road ahead of you is wide open. Tonight is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your next chapter. There will be moments of excitement and moments of uncertainty. There will be successes to celebrate and challenges that stretch you. In all of these moments, remember the theme that guided us this year: keep going, keep growing. Keep going when the path becomes difficult. Keep growing when life pushes you outside your comfort zone. Keep learning, keep serving, keep believing in yourselves and one another. You are stepping into a world that needs your ideas, your compassion, your leadership, and your courage. Wherever you go, carry our pride values with you. Be bold in your choices. Be responsible in your actions. Act with integrity. Work with dedication. And never forget that your success is tied to the community you build around you, because everyone matters. You are and always will be Liberty Patriots. We believe in you, we celebrate you, and we cannot wait to see the extraordinary things you do. Congratulations, class of 2026. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest, Mr. Leo Holland.
Good evening, Patriots. It is my honor to be the dignitary for your commencement tonight. So first, let me thank the faculty, staff, and administration here at Liberty High School for preparing our students to succeed in whatever comes next in their life. In hearing the wonderful messages by your students, I know we've achieved the mission of the Kern High School District, and that means that you're prepared to succeed. I'm going to synthesize what these students have already said, and this is written on paper, but I think you're going to hear the same theme that our speakers have already given you. Last night, my godson, who graduated here a few years ago, told me that he was going to attend the wedding of a kid he graduated with that he had known since elementary school. Now, let's be a little bit interactive. Raise your hand if you're about to graduate knowing some kids that you went to elementary school with out there. Raise your hand. Okay. How about junior high? Raise your hand. Middle school's already come up. You middle school people, you're my people. That's because the first friend I made when I moved here in the 7th grade is in the audience here. That guy married my wife's sister, so my niece is graduating here today. His neighbors across the street, I've known their kid who is graduating tonight for most of her life. I love them, I love her. Then there are the many other parents here today who I went to high school with. One of them, his twins just came up here and got a medal. Love him, love them. I've known many of your parents, went to high school with them since before you were even an inkling in their eye. And I love them. And that's the point of my speech. The thing that I wish I had understood earlier in life, so I'm going to share it with you. Don't forget to love each other as you move on in life and to tell each other that you do. Graduates, one of your aunts daily on a peer level interacts with me. I love her, and therefore I love you. And as a side, I knew your grandmother and your grandfather, and I know they loved you, and I do too. One of your dads works across the hall from me. I see him every day. Love that guy. Love you. One of you, I've known your mom since we were in actually, a couple of you. I've known your mom since we were in high school together. We get together monthly to discuss student success and ensure community donations are accepted and appropriately distributed in the Kern High School District. Love her and the work she does. I love you guys. Little cousin, I've known you since your dad was a baby and your grandparents my entire life. Love you and them. I sit monthly in a teachers union meeting with one of your moms who tells me very directly when I'm wrong, and she also has my back when I'm right. Love her and love you. Now, you might think this guy is just up here throwing around shout outs, and you'd be wrong, and I can prove it. Some of you graduating here tonight were juniors on the first day of school when I walked into Mr. Ziegler's class, and you know I hugged that man and told him right in front of you that I loved him. I live it every day, and I encourage you to do the same. I'll do you even one better than that. If you get a chance tonight, ask your principal, Mr. Williams, Mrs. Slayton and Mr. Williams, how I end every assistant principal meeting when I'm there. I tell them all in the room that I love them because I try to live it. And there are so many connections in this community that I learned long ago that I needed to just play it safe and love everybody and tell them that I do. So I do. And I encourage you to do the same. It doesn't make you weak. In fact, I would argue that it's the safest course and demonstrates the highest level of strength of character. As the great guitar-playing philosopher Don Williams once noted, that the thing about love is you can't have it until you give it, and you can never give it enough. So graduates, I can confidently tell you all that I love you all, and I hope that we have prepared you to move forward toward your dreams in life. And I wish the very best for you all in life, but I hope above all else that you find your way to love and understand that tonight you are loved by everybody in this community. And with that, Mrs. Slayton, I am pleased to accept, pending your certification, on behalf of the Kern High School District Board of Trustees, the Liberty High School class of 2026 as having fulfilled the graduation requirements of the Kern High School District in the state of California. And know, you all are loved. Make sure you remember to love each other back.
Okay, so we are almost to the point in the evening when we will call names and pass out diplomas. We have a professional photographer who will take pictures of graduates as they cross the stage and an individual photo as they exit the ramp in front of me. At the conclusion of the ceremony, family and friends are welcome to come to the field by entering through the gates. Graduates, are you ready? Mr. Holland, as principal of Liberty High School, I certify that these students have met the certificate requirements of the Kern High School District and the graduation requirements of the state of California. I now present to you the Liberty High School class of 2026. Mr. Williams and Mr. Ziegler will now read the names of the graduates as we present the diplomas.
This is a program that is in keeping with a fine, long-standing tradition, a time for all of us to pay tribute to and honor our graduates as they pass in review. Please help us honor these graduates with dignity. We are proud of their individual and collective accomplishments. Relatives and friends should have equal opportunity to hear the name of their graduate as it is read. We seek your cooperation and ask that you respect each graduate and the families as they walk across the stage. The gold stole of our graduates signifies that the student has earned the coveted gold seal on his or her diploma in recognition of the highest academic achievement and is granted life membership in the California Scholastic Federation. Membership in the English, Spanish, French, Science, Art, Social Studies, Mathematics, National Honor Societies, as well as students completing the A to G requirements, recognition of the State Seal of Civic Engagement, State Seal of Biliteracy, completion of the BC Early College Associate's degree pathway, Liberty Academic Hall of Fame, and PLTW is designated in the program by the students' names and by the wearing of a special cord or regalia. Now it is time to recognize the class of 2026. Our first recipient, Ethan Alexander Bajwa. Noah Peter Cabrera. Robert Christian Clegg. Grant David Abbey. Lucas William Biamonte. Dylan Singh Brar. Amani Brar. Megan Chen. Preston James Chester. Emily May Cove. Gracie May Dean. Mia Deanne Dean. Shivraj Singh Dillon. Hudson Bradley Divalbus. Seth Renee Harlan. Carson Lee Kendrick. Caitlin Elizabeth Klein. Jonathan Cedric Gonzalez Lowe. Spencer Andrew Lopez. Marco Antonio Magana.
Carly Mason C. Nadia Michelle Kanavalov. Shawnee Faye Kanavalov. Chloe Aline Kaiser. Noah James Klubnikin. Hunter Ryan Lahota. Jackson Wayne Lambert. Justine Bernice Lambino. Zyler Prince Tony Bernabe Lanik. Castor James Lassiter. Aiden John Lee. Alyssa Marie Leva. Heidi Elaine Lizarde Velez. Kieran Lee David McClure Lawler. Ashlyn August Long. Angelica Rose Lopez. Cuauhtemo Diego Leal Lopez. Destiny Giselle Lopez.
Drake Vincent Madrano. Mace Alexander Madrano. Jordan Elise Navarro. Lexi Rain Newland. Keen Haidang Nguyen. Lauren Lars Oberg. Evelyn Jasmine Orozco Alvarez. Preston Corey Riley. Hannah Renee Faith Spears. Zoe Madison Stafford. Brianna Allen Viado Tom. Reagan Reese Young. Leah Beverly Caggiano. Parker Lee Caggiano. Jared Peter Asby. Fatima Aceves Sotero. Jaden Giovanni Actus. Ethan Hidang Kiao.
Elizabeth Hannah Lopez. Gracie Lynn Lozano. Haley Nicole Lopez. Monica Lopez. Sergio Ivan Lopez Jr. Aylin Daniela Lopez Romo. Callie K. Lovin. Lexi Lynn Lowry. Aubrey Lee Luna. Bella Rose Teresa Luna. Ashley Ann Lynch. Anthony Arturo Macias. Phoenix Ari Mack. Layla Ashlyn Madrid. Samuel Rogelio Madrid. Christian Adam Magana Suarez. Lillian Christine Magorian. Avery Lynn Mahanke.
David Castillo. Aaron Nicholas Martinez. Jackson Height Adair. Bradley Michael Adams. Cambria Elise Adams. Natalie Aguilar Solis. Brooke Candice Aguilera. Maleka Elvira Ahmed. Giselle Maria Guadalupe Alcocer. Christian Ty Aldrete. Kane Lee Alexander. Lacey Jordan Alindhow. Jair Amaza Barreto. Ethan Victor Alamar. Alexander Alvarez. Bailey Brooke Ambrose. Camille Elaine Amaral. Angel Gabriel Aguano.
Gavin Daniel Maloney. Kira Lynn Mann. Melana Michelle Manning. Kyle Edwin Marbury. Hayden Pasquale Manuel. Jordan Elliott Markham. Christopher Anthony Marlowe. Juan Jesus Marquez. Romeo Lynn Marshall. Adriana Laura Martinez. Celeste Alice Martinez. Evan Nathaniel Martinez. Jada Loren Martinez. Caitlin Brooke Martinez. Mauro Martinez III. Christopher Andre Marore. Chase Joaquin Mason. Jaden Hunter Matlin.
Matthew Alexander Apracio. Josue Francisco Aguano Ascanio. Carolina Mija Arajo. Andrea Arcio Juarez. Angelica Arcio Juarez. Haley Sofia Arellano. Amoria Lourdes Avello. Miguel Joaquin Armas. Lily Ann Grace Arnold. Nayeli Arvizo Perea. Gabriel Daniel Atkinson. David Ramon Avina. Marcos Avina. Sarahi Carmen Avina. Linda Teresa Alon. Keller Michael Babb. McGuire Keith Babb. Sophie Grace Baeza.
Brooklyn Alexa Mawson. Deasia Monique May. Landon May. Jacqueline Marie Mays. Chloe Rose McCardle. Alex Micah McCarthy. Madeline Abigail McKay. Milana Marie McClanahan. Ellie Carson McCoy. Brennan David McDevitt. Presley Amara McIrvin. Isaiah Christopher McCain. Blake Riley McKinney. Olivia Brianne Meek. Lacey Emma Melchin. Alexander Jose Mendiola. Ethan Augustin Mendiola. Chloe Rose Mendoza.
Jamila Hussein Bafagi. Dylan Danielle Bailey. Jalen Ray Bonji. Gavin Joshua Bankston. Paul Barella III. Weston John Barnett. Andrew Seth Barron Sewell. Nicola Vivian Batiste. Jillian Fraley Bean. Brody Guy Bullier. Antonio Carlos McKenna Bakari. Noel Alexander Basara. Rafael Danica Paras Basina. Chloe Beath. Hayden Vasquez Petsuwana. Brody Lee Berrigan. Brody Ryan Berry. Kiala Marie Berry.
Michael Mendoza. Raul Mendoza. Lucero Lisbeth Mendoza Arredondo. Andrew Mendoza Torres. Emerson Renee Mensch. Marina Yisel Meza. Jaden Meharis. Addison Slay Miller. Jerry Lee Miller III. Quinn Justice Miller. Ariana Georgina Liette Mitchell. Peyton Madison Mize. Gurjo Kaur Moheen. Ari Daniel Mojibi. Valeria Isabel Montano Pelayo. Terrence Cameron Moore. Christian Abram Morales. Madison Alexa Moran.
Rahul Ravi Bravzar. Roshni Ravi Bravzar. Evan Michael Bone. Owen Jason Bilson. Janiyah Faith Blackman. Jack Dylan Bloomer. Nicholas Angel Bayanos. Stevie Christine Bowles. Max Bolin. Kira Jade Bonilla. Luca Christopher Boren. Paige Ann Boyer. Miley Ann Boyer. Ethan Adam Bracetta. Thor Vanilla Brogan. Cordell Laverne Brown. Raylan Marie Brown. Quinn Jeffrey Bucky.
Alicia Moreno. Carla Moreno. Eva Beth Morris. Madison Paige Morris. Irija Jiangyan Morrison. Carter Glenn Mortensen. Erica Elizabeth Moss. Delilah Marie Moya. Sophia Giselle Munoz Rodriguez. Dylan Michael Murdoch. Alexander Murillo. Andrew Jaden Myers. Benjamin Scott Knack. Jonathan Patrick Nankill. Olivia Marie Navarro. Christina Navejas. Amaya Alicia Newell. Tori Marie Newsom.
Alyssa Sue Buckmas. Allie Page Bulford. Jacob Matthew Birch. Braden Owen Burns. Kaya Nevea Bustamante. Zandri Amalia Cabrillo. Gerardo Uriel Caceres. Marvin Abdunar. Sir James Kane. Gabby Calderon. Irvin Glenn Calloway. Rebecca Grace Calvin. Zachary Hunter Cameron. Kara Ashley Campoy. Photo op. Danilyn Nicole Cano. Layla Kinsley Caracas. Jasmine Cardenas. Allison Aubrey Carrillo.
Huang Miao Lin Nguyen. Andrew Justin Nichols. Asher John Patrick Nilsson. Fatima Novoa Diaz. Faith Celeste Ocampo. George Ochoa. Brooke Sierra Oneski. Omar Emmanuel Oropeza. Elena Leanne Padilla. Jesus Guadalupe Padilla Hernandez. Janessa Ainsley Pies. Julian Jr. Palacios. Daniel Skeet Tristan Panero. Gavin Thomas Parham. Tegan Hayden Parker. Madison Ann Parks.
Hugo Crispin Carrillo. Jalissa Carrillo Ariano. J.P. Carter. Charles James Cartwright. Camille Janetta Carver. Emily Sabrina Casillas Arroyo. Elijah Stephen Cavazos. Braden Gregory Cervantes. Callie Ann Chafin. Brooke Elizabeth Chambliss. Henry Scott Chambliss. Elda Celeste Chaparro. Miguel Angel Chavalas, Jr. Dominique Annalisa Chavez. Josiah Jana Chavarria. Reagan Denise Chamaria Chaku. Latrell Cleaver. Kaylee Jane Clement.
Keaton Cameron Paulson. Henri Robert Payette. Micah Owen Piercy. Drake Pearson. Amaya Monique Pete Willis. Irisbeth Penaloza Gallegos. Ella Pepper. Nathan Raul Perea III. Joel Isaiah Perea. Celia Reina Perez. Jasmine Rihanna Perez. Joseph Jaime Perez. Julissa Marie Perez. Michael Angelo Perez. Noah Michael Perez. Tristan Thomas Perez Callahan. Madison Alexis Peterson. Eli David Phillips.
Graham Joseph Clifford. Jasmine Yasel Colon. Lawrence Xavier Sol Columnia. Savannah Grace Connors. Joshua Richard Cook. Yasmin Anita Corral. Amelia Grace Corrigan. Bennett William Costa. Spencer James Crocker. James Edward Croniger. Moses Glenn Faustino Curry. Rihanna Arlene Dahl. Makai Lynn Dallas. Lucas Anthony DeCoste Twist. Nathan Bruce Daniels. Irvin Joel Padilla Danque. Araya Michaela Davis. Hannah Naomi Marie Davis.
Rinaldo Pineda de la Cruz. Addison May Pittman. Zane Robert Pittman. Lacey Rose Poff. Roman Angel Polanco. Marcos Irvin Ponce. Carlos Ponce Angel. Kira Kailani Posas. Jonathan Pausch. Madison Kate Power. Bowie Berlin Sate. Addison May Pudewitter. Kaylee Scott Kwashnick. Jasmine Quezada. Chris Anderson Diaz Quinones. Jason Michael Ramirez Jr. Salvador Alexander Ramirez Singh. Huber Ramirez Virelas.
Ronan Robert Edward Davis. William Thomas Dawson. Delilah Isabel De La Rosa. Sophie K. Dean. Ethan Landon Bakar de Guzman. Gabriela Alejandra De Leon. Angel Delgado. Alex Denise. Leanna Rose Eileen Denweed. Jackson Lance Detweiler. Aaliyah Faye Dev. Faith Bella Diaz. Ricardo Salvador Diaz. Addison Marie Dilly. Ryan Danielle Dixon. Aiden Chance Dominguez. Isabel Annalise Dorset. Riley Madison Douglas.
Nathan Richard Ramos. Elim Ruby Resinos. Jordan Michelle Reeves. Kaylin Jackson Reimert. Gabriel Anthony Reyes. Jocelyn Lael Reyes. Carissa K. Reyes. Lucero Reyes. Michaela Leanne Malake Reyes. Abigail Nicole Riza. Travi Taylor Rhodes. Amelia Ellen Riley. Braden Aaron Rivera Barrera. Aiden Carter Roberts. Megan Brianna Roberts. Delilah Elizabeth Robles. Matthew Eden Rodarte.
Sophia Elizabeth Downham. Bria Lynn Doyle. Victoria Rose Dransart. Selena Rosa Duran. Adriel James Ehoff. Iris Madeline Ellis. Shelby Faith England. Dylan Nicole Engel. Jaden Grace English. Miguel Espinoza. Riker Root Essman. Abigail Rose Eastep. Adrian Ricardo Estrada. Luis Daniel Estrada. Catherine Renaya Frahat. Dina Rami Faraj. Akai Kiano Fee. Jackson Wyatt Fincher.
Alexander Eduardo Rodriguez. Kendall Laylene Rodriguez. Samuel Alberto Rodriguez. Ivan Romero Jr. Caitlin Elise Rux. Reese Elizabeth Desta Rush. Taylor Michelle Russell. Alton Corto Sasso V. Mia Amara Salazar. Noe Elise Salazar Arvizu. Donna Paola Saldivar Garcia. Lucas Antonio Salinas. Giselle Salvador Rosales. Abigail Sanchez. Brittany Marie Sanchez. Leah Beth Monique Sanchez. Anthony Williams Sanchez Tinico. Chloe Starr Sanders.
Marcus Daniel Flores Cruz. Caden Palacio Francis. Sophia Rose Franco. Emily Marie Freeland. Isaiah Daniel Frenzel. Ethan Wiley Fronterhouse. May Fry. Charles Christian Gadbois. Audric Anthony Gales. Brian Galindo. Angie Gallegos. Leighton Elijah Gamez Henderson. Grant Brian Chow Gayona. Lillian Grace Garcia. Mia Alexa Garcia. Victoria Emily Garcia. Jocelyn Garcia Rivera. Alyssa Judith Garibay.
Samreen Kar Sandhu. Dalia Melina Sandoval. Jacob Jesse Sandoval. Damian Nathaniel Santana. Brody Elric Santian. Isaiah Mauro Santos. Cyrell Angelo Ramos Santos. Alana Santoyo. Gage Andrew Sawaski. Colby Page Sawyer. Jaden Monroe Jeanette Sawyer. Dylan Russell Schuler. Alan Yael Segovia. Christopher Isaiah Serrato. Aria Addison Shamblin. Ethan James Shoopman. Mason William Short.
Alana Lynn Garrett. Romy Michelle Garside. Adam Garza. Sergio Lapaca Garza Ledesma. Deegan Lee Gates. Aiden Christopher Gerhardt. Jaden Ash Gentry. Manas Singh Gill. Michaela Lynn Glasgow. Charlie Ann Goddard. Grady William Goins. Stephanie Gomez Alfaro. Adam Thomas Gonzalez. Jaylee Ray Gonzalez. Violet Rose Gonzalez. Alexandria Lena Gonzalez. Ian Ruben Gonzalez. Jacob Art Gonzalez.
Josiah Zacchaeus Singh. Karali Siripane. Calvin Ryan Smith. Coy Hudson Smith. Jasleen Ninfa Smith. Serenity Aaliyah Smith. Dane Christopher Smotherman. Brody Michael Snow. Marley Renee Solano. Allison Solis. Berkeley Gail Souza. Aurelia Dawn Spasaro. Jaden Alice Sperling. Ethan Neal St. Clair. Lillian Elsa Stark. Paisley Sky Starman. Matthew Joseph Stevenson.
Genevieve Elizabeth Gonzalez Velasquez. Kaylee Nicole Gonzalez. Sarahi Fabiola Gonzalez. Sophia Marie Gonzalez. Lizeth Gonzalez Hernandez. Hunter Thomas Goodwin. Phoenix Thomas Green. Ava Marie Greider. Nalia Sante Gridiron. Dorian Stephan Guandique. Clara Valentina Guasimine de la Cruz. Morgan Libby Guerra. Jasmine Guerrero. Ashton Patrick Guerrero Page. Jason Matthew Guevara. Alfonso Leonardo Guillen. Shabazz Singh Gorea. Judith Gutierrez.
Olivia Jill Stotler. Jules Edward Strazina. Connor Reese Sullivan. Blake Alexander Tackett. Mazzy Rain Thomas. Brandon Thrasher. Kyle Teedy. Hui Din Tu. Sadie Brooke Tips. Hudson Jeffrey Takak. Genesis Emerald Torres. Eliana Lynette Torres. Sasha Ananya Townsend. Hao Young Nyao Tran. Princess Carlisle Panem II. Lilith Andrew Tuff. Marcus Turk. Braden Edward Turman.
Julissa Gutierrez. Sofia Amaya Gutierrez. Riley James Hall. Kendall Miriam Hallen. Ariana Louise Hamilton. Jacob Ryan Hankard. Charlotte Louise Hanson. Rowan Amati Harrell. Christopher Daniel Hart. Nancy Naveen Hadair. Brandon Jacob Henna. Brooke Nell Henry. Beckham Eugene Henson. Lincoln Michael Henson. Artemisa Hernandez. Arturo Hernandez. Emmanuel Aaron Hernandez. James Aiden Hernandez.
Rihanna Marie Tutt. Colby Scott Ty. Daniela Alexandra Handy. Jenna Lynn Upshaw. Adrian Uriarte. George Alberto Valdivinos. Rafael de Jesus Valdivinos. Tate Garrett Van Scherel. McKinley Loren Van Borg. Audrey Ann Vargas. Michael Anthony Vasquez Licon, Jr. Olive Elise Vaughn. Hansel Vasquez. Mateo Andrew Vasquez. Kaylin Grace Voss. Ethan Leon Waddle. Selah Loren Washington. Roger Lawrence Watkins, Jr.
Jillian Versailles Hernandez. Lauren Marie Hernandez. Haley Serenity Hernandez Diaz. Jason Skyhorse Herrera. Bradley Thomas Hiles. Andre Keith Hill, Jr. Peyton May Jimenez. William Braden Hines. Drake Aldrich Nelson Holtz. Cale William Haraska. Gavin Michael Horton. Kylan Shiloh Hoskin Hensley. Braden James Hostin. Haley Grace Hubble. Grayson Shea Hughes. Lucas Michael Hurst. Madison Marie Hurst. Isaiah Hurtado.
Briston Ryan Watt. Jane Margaret Wiesner. Jordan Richard Weiss. Jacob West. Sophia Reagan West. Vivian Marie Weyer. Vincent Joseph Wheatley. Lainey Bell Wheeler. Riley Dawn Wheeler. Braylon Mackenzie Whitaker. Emiliano Paul Whitten. Kalen Oseo Wilbur. Cannon William Wilkins. Claire Catherine Williams. Caden Araya Daniela Williams. Ryan Nathan Williams.
McKinley Alexis Iger. Japheth Job Ariate. Destiny Itliong. Noor Ambang Jabran Jabur. Jonathan Xavier Jacquez. Jack Eric Jenkins. Damian Paul Jimenez. Hannah Juliet Jockers. Angel Julia Johnson. Braden Ichiro Johnson. Ethan Reese Johnson. Larry Dean Johnson III. Dean Jacob Jones. Pearson Jones. Julio Cesar Juarez. Sam Gabriel Juarez. Matthew Christopher Juden. Huvraj Kambaj.
McGuire Takabe Wilson. Adelise Summer Woodman. Jasper Marcos Woolsey. Aiden Andrew Wright. Joshua Gabriel Yap. Chloe Janae Yasinchak. Natalia Yepes. Joseph Michael Yurkich. Ethan Thomas York. Finnick Charles Young. Jaden Jonathan Young. Elias Juan Zambrano. Elijah Aiden Zamudio. Mackenzie Denise Zander. Isabella Daisy Zapata. Lilia Devon Zierenberg. Johnner Eduardo Zuniga. And last but not least, the final member of the class of 2026, Natasha Alexandria Abrica.
Okay, graduates, you may now move your tassels from the left to the right. Ronan and Hannah, come on down. You may stand for your last spirit yell. I now present to you the class of 2026.